Are you tired of manually refreshing the Amazon Relay load board? Do you find yourself glued to your computer screen missing on the important tasks? If so, you're not alone. That's why we developed Board Intelligence, an analytical tool that detects new loads and custom price changes on the Amazon Relay load board. So let's take a look. It is very important for tracking professionals to stay on top of the load board all the time, and it is becoming just more and more frustrating to press a refresh button all the time to be updated and to be on top of all the loads that are being posted by Amazon Relay. And this is where the board intelligence features comes into play. So today, as you know from the video title, from the description, we're going to look into board intelligence feature, and we're going to go over the technical aspects first. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We're gonna press a board intelligence button right here, and a little pop-up window will appear on your Amazon Relay load board that looks like this. And before we jump into explaining all of those features inside the board intelligence, I just want to let you know that one of the most important limitations of the board intelligence is the fact that you cannot book loads with board intelligence. Board intelligence is initially made as an analytical tool, meaning that once you find some of the loads, you will be notified, but it's on your end to make a decision whether you want to take the load or you want to skip on it. So once you press board intelligence, the auto booking features will be deactivated, and the only two modes that you can use with board intelligence are single notification and one-click book. It's time to jump right into the board intelligence features, and we're going to start with the auto expand options, and those options automatically expand the load details for the first load on the page or for any new load on the page, so the user can see the important information quickly and make the decision based on that. So let me show it to you in real life example right here. On the left, I have populated some of the filters just as an example, and I'm gonna press auto expand first, and we're going to press start, and the first load should auto expand like we see here. So we didn't actually press anything. We didn't actually press anything to open it up. It opened up by itself. So any following load, which will be the first in line on the load board, will do exactly the same thing. And so the other option, which is auto expand new, is also pretty cool, because what we noticed is that sometimes the new loads can come up in the middle of the loads that you already see. But do not worry, once the new load pops up, the software will automatically scroll to this load, so you will be able to see it. So let's press start again. So that's it. That's a clear example. We see a new load. It was in the middle of many loads. We got transferred and it got auto expanded. Let's press stop for a moment, and we're going to go down. So the next big thing is a price change min filter. So Amazon, they're big on changing prices consistently of the loads, but they're doing it in a very sneaky way. They are increasing the prices by a little bit, by $1. So if you don't have the software that sees the previous price, you think that the load has been increased, and mentally you feel like you're making a good decision, when in reality they just increased it by $1 only. So we made it so you guys don't overreact to those $1 changes, and they do not frustrate you. So let's start with a simple example. Let's not go into choosing price change min. We're going to change start and wait for some load to increase in price. Okay, so here it is. We got a load that changed the price from 355 to 362. This is more of a significant change for them, even though I don't think you would care if a load would be $7 up, and you would be frustrated to see this price change. So for that reason, without stopping the software, we can simply, for example, place $50 right here. So we won't get any changes that are below $50 mark. I hope this makes sense. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm gonna move forward towards one of my also favorite filters, which is filter out. And the filter out option, as it says on our blog, it allows users to eliminate loads from their search results that they don't want to see again. So let's look at the loads available that we have. Okay, so that's a new load. To start off, we're gonna press filter out button right here, and what this will do, it will give us a filter out buttons on each load. And if you would like to not see this load again in this specific search, in this specific session, you just simply gonna press filter out. And let's say that we for sure don't want this load with like 4 stops. This is just an example, and we're gonna press filter out, so this load disappeared. And even if the price of this load changes, you will never see this load. You will never see this load, and you can do as many as you want. And if you decide that you want them back, you simply press clear filter out, and they will be back on board right here. That's about it. Those are the basic filters that we have here. I know that most of you are still interested to know what is this analytical toolbox that we have right here in the right bottom corner. So let's go one by one, and I will let you know what all of those mean. Let's start with the new loads. So the new loads, this is exactly what they are. Any load that matches your criteria and pops up on the board intelligence will be recorded right here. And next we have a price change. Similar to new loads, the price change will react only when certain loads change in price. And once the price change is detected, you're gonna see this number change right here. We're going into the missed loads. So once the load from the board intelligence is booked by your competitor, it will turn red. You can see a clear example here in the blog section. So red color is used to indicate loads that have already been booked by competitors, allowing you to easily identify which loads are no longer available. And once it turns red, it will be recorded right here. And finally, but most importantly, and this gets a lot of questions, is what is loads missed during refresh. So this is an interesting feature because it basically shows you the loads that board intelligence was not able to catch due to someone running, for example, an autobook on a fast speed, and the extension didn't have time to render the load out. So that is it. This is very useful, for example, to check on the new regions and the new location that you want to work with. You simply place the filters that you want to analyze and keep the extension running during some times, just to see if the loads that you are looking for exist in that area and you can work for. So that's about it for this, and we're going to move into the limitations of the board intelligence feature. Oops, this is a price change and a load missed. Like any other tool, board intelligence has certain limitations that I would like you to know about. For example, while the tool can help you research and to find the new loads, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get those loads. It is your responsibility to act fast on the loads that you find attractive and to book them as soon as you can. because everyone is trying to book, maybe some other carriers are trying to book similar loads to you. Limitation number 2, after you stop board intelligence, remember that while you use board intelligence, the data about the loads is refreshing constantly, so you can always see if the load has been booked. But once you press stop on board intelligence, the loads do not update that information. So if you press book and the load does not book and it doesn't show red, you should press start again on the extension or press refresh button on Amazon Relay. Limitation number 3. So it's all about blacklisting and filtering out. I believe that you should always have a narrow search on board intelligence, because when you have a wide search, you're always reacting to changes and it's just much harder to deal with and you're wasting a lot of your time. So make sure your filters are precise and you're not dealing with high volume of loads for it to be not that irritating. Number 4, board intelligence is simply an analytical tool, so it will, like we said at the beginning of the video, it will not work with auto book and it will only work with single notification and one-click book. And finally, the last thing is that you don't need to pause the board intelligence to change the price change min filter. You can just enter on the go. In conclusion, board intelligence can be useful in many ways. If you want to have an edge on the load board, it is a great opportunity to get ahead of your competitors and to know about new loads and price changes first. If you found this video useful, please consider giving us a thumbs up or leaving a comment. That way I will understand what videos do you like and what videos I should create next. My name is Nikita, this is Rolling Global Digital. I will see you in the next video.